I can't wait to give you 2 tips on how to really maximize these introductions you're going to get, Kevin. But before I do, I just want to compliment you. The fact that an acquaintance wants to make those introductions says a lot about you and the impression you've made on that person. So be proud of that. Now, with that in mind, let's hope that you could meet with this person one more time before they make the introductions. And that's because it would be really helpful if they could provide you with some insight. Also, it's a chance for you to set the expectation with them so they understand that you know it's on you to do all the work. All right, that's a really important thing to do. So I would ask this person, I would love you to make the introductions. Could we grab like a 5-minute phone call before you do? First thing you want to say to them is thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And then you want to say, I'd really love to know the names of the people you're going to introduce me to because I'm going to look them up on LinkedIn and I want to do my due diligence on them, really understand their backgrounds. That way you'll get their names. Then say, secondly, would you be able to give me any information or insight into what's the company trying to accomplish right now? What's keeping the company up at night? What are some of the bigger problems the company's trying to solve for? And do you have any insight into how that's impacting these individuals and their departments? I would love to understand the bigger picture. This person may or may not be able to give you that information, but it does really help because when you meet these people and you have a conversation, you could at least start to share your UVA, which I talk about all the time, your unique value add, as it relates to these problems, right? So it is good to try to get some context there about where the company's headed and the challenges that they're facing and perhaps how these people and their departments are impacted. Now, once you've gotten that information, you want to say to them, I am so grateful you're doing this. I'm assuming you're going to send them by email and CC me. After that, I will totally make it my responsibility to follow up with these individuals and make sure that, I'm doing my part. I know it's not your job to get me a job. I'm just grateful for the introductions. Again, manage those expectations for that person. So now once you've done that, okay, while you're waiting for those introductions to happen, that was step 1. Step 2 is go do your homework on the company and based on what this person shared with you, see if you can find some interesting articles or videos that really speak to the problems they mentioned or whatever's happening with that organization, or maybe some things you've seen about it in the news, all right? Imagine you were doing a research project. And once you've gathered those things, when the email goes to them and it's your turn to follow up, you can message them and say, really great to meet you. I was doing my homework on the company. I learned a little bit about your department and what you do. And, I came across this article or this video and I thought it was really interesting as it relates to your industry or your business. I would love to chat with you about it. I'd love to learn more on how you're solving for this or what you're seeing in the marketplace. It would be so interesting. See how what you're doing there is serving up some value and kind of framing how you could have that networking conversation. What you're not doing is like trying to gush about your skills and abilities and how excited you are to meet with them. That feels a little inequitable, right? You want to go into this like making a friend, having a conversation. It also takes the pressure off that person who you're being introduced to where they're feeling like, oh, wait, this person's trying to get a job out of me. No, we're not. I'm trying to better understand your business. Sounds like you're doing something really interesting in the company. That's why this article or video made me think of you. Would love to have a conversation around it. See what you're doing there? You're driving the conversation into something meaningful that's comfortable. And then once you do that, you set the call. Now you really get to talk and kind of engage and nerd out on some ideas. And that's naturally going to lead to them asking about, hey, so what's going on? What are you looking for, right? Like it's just a better way to do things. The other thing I'll just say is that in my experience, this makes it easier for them to now understand you and then turn around and recommend you because if they're not the person that can hire you, they've now had more of a conversation of a discussion of ideas, makes it much easier for them to go say, you really should be talking to Mary Lou or Ben. Let me introduce you to them. And they give those people some context and can get excited about you as a candidate. See how that works? So I hope that made sense. That 2-step process, I've coached so many people on that, just really helps you get in there and set the tone and make friendships because this is a long-term play, right? Even to get these introductions, to ultimately get a job there, to start the networking process. We want to start it at a higher level, and this is how I've seen it work really well. So good luck, Kevin. I hope it works out great. Please let me know how it goes. Folks, I love the hard questions. Keep them coming. Like and follow me here and then post your question. I'm trying to provide as much free job search and career advice as I can on this app. And speaking of free advice, I've got so many free resources for you linked to my bio, Resume and LinkedIn Bootcamp, the complete job search checklist, my career quizzes, everything you need to start helping you get what you want and deserve, which is a new and better job and a better career, okay? Good luck. Go get them.